everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, gonna switch gear for a minute. So, normally I react to Chantal, Foodie Beauty. Been keeping an eye on her content. Very boring. Very boring. Literally nothing to talk about. No talking points whatsoever. She did a mukbang. Then she did a live where she wasn't talking about anything. And then today she posted another mukbang. This one she did in the car with Salah. You guys know how I feel about the mukbangs. I am not going to react to her mukbangs. It's just Chantal stuffing her face full of food. Usually it's a feedie request, so why bother? It's her doing the self-harm content. And as someone that I've dealt with food issues, I'm just not going to give that any press. So we're switching gears today, y'all. I want to talk about Amberlynn Reid because it's something that's recently happened with Amberlynn Reid. So Amberlynn Reid had a cat named Rarity, real cutie. It would seem that Rarity is now gone. The cat is missing. Amber took Rarity to Kentucky, I believe it was. She took her on a trip. Before she took her on the trip, she didn't have her microchipped, didn't have an air tag on her, nothing. Just took her on the trip and left the door open for 20 minutes and the cat was gone. And instead of Amber blanketing the neighborhood, doing all she could to find the cat and bring her back, calling the shelters, calling pounds and saying, did you recently find a cat that looks like this? Leaving her phone number, sending out photos of the cat, just putting out flyers all over the place, even having Tommy help her. She's just not doing anything. Nothing. So I'm going to give my thoughts on the whole thing because it's really gross to me that rather than as a pet owner doing all she could to find the cat and bring her back, because the cat is now in an unfamiliar area with unfamiliar smells, don't know where it's at, she is instead deciding to exploit the situation by making a video on YouTube. And also recently she went into Oh Lordy, It's Jordy's chat, was crying about it. And Jordy told her, like, why aren't you out looking for your cat? Get a flashlight and look for your cat. But no, is Amber going to go look for her cat? Is she going to have Tommy go look for the cat? No. No, she's going to sit her butt on YouTube and cry about it and exploit the situation. So yeah, I'm going to go off on her. Yes, I am. Before we do that though, let's catch up on all the Foodie Beauty stuff on Twitter. I would normally leave that for a Chantal react, but Chantal is being lazy. She's being extremely lazy. Her content is so trying to wait around for something good from Chantal. I'm sure I'm going to be waiting a while. So we're going to go over to Twitter and catch up on all the Twitter stuff real quick. And let's see. All right. So for those of you that are on Twitter X and you would like to follow me on Twitter X, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. Let's start here with a post from Bored PM saying, I actually got excited when I read this. That's the way it's supposed to be, cutie. Let your Delulu flag fly. Then I remembered rule number 1. And as everybody knows, rule number 1 is Chantal lies. So this post from Kristen contains the community post that Chantal did today. And it says, so I'm sorry to tell you all, but the drama ends here for me, for good. I have no interest in using my platform to give anyone irrelevant or degenerate the time of day. From now on, do your worst. You can make fun of my beautiful body. Oh my God. My skin, my life, etc. Doesn't matter coming from strangers, especially girl world. from anyone for that matter. If you don't like me, that's your problem. No matter what you try to do or what you say, you will never change the truth or my perception of myself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have extreme beezing to do. Really now? Really? You're done with the drama, and you're not going to give any of us the time of day, are you? Well, that's good. That's really good. I am so glad to hear you say that, Chantal. Although that's going to be a bit of a challenge for you, is it not? Because the things you talk about in your lives and on your videos, that is a puddle of nothing. Like you have no topics to discuss and you don't go out and find interesting things to talk about or interesting things to do. Talking about the reactors in girl world, talking about FFG, talking about Just Reason, talking about whoever, YouTube Underground. That makes up a third of your content. The reactors and food, it's like that's half your content right there. So you're done with the drama. You're done giving the reactors any kind of press, right? So what else are you going to talk about? What else are you going to do? Just do feedy videos? Okay. But I remember clearly, Chantal, more than once, more than several times, you saying that you were quitting YouTube and within 48 hours you were back. And you also saying you were done with the drama and within 2 days you were back to raging. So I'm just taking this with a grain of salt, maybe even half a grain of salt. You know, this is you just being mad and you're not going to stick to it. You don't stick to anything. Nothing. You can't commit to anything. You can't even commit to the truth. Always running from truth, always escaping. So you're promising, you're giving a promise here. You're done with the drama. You're done with talking about the reactors and you don't care what we have to say. But I guarantee you tonight, you'll be in somebody else's chat. You'll be lurking, looking around. If FFG goes live at some point, you'll be watching her. You'll be watching everybody. You might even be watching me, looking for something to talk about because you got nothing. You literally have nothing. You're a reactor in your own right. We react to you and you react to us. You react to what Girl World has to say and what the reactors have to say. So you're kind of a reactor too. And you're looking for content and you're not making your own. So, okay. All right. So let's move on. Fondue Pondu says Foodie Beauty manic cycling from a blank, high off carbs and fat, irrelevant manic post that will be invalidated by the end of the day. And F the depraved feedie that paid to have you place the mic under your chins. I don't know if a feedie paid her to do that. Maybe you're right. Maybe somebody did because people have complained that the microphone is way too close to her mouth and her throat. Maybe that's the feedie's fetish. Not only do they want to see her eat, they want to hear her eat. Whoever that person is, big middle fingers to you, sir, because it's just horrible. Can't you guys take that to a private forum and do that? I'm just saying. Foop Olympics says somebody in the comments said, oh, so you had Erica on a GPS tracking device, but not your cat. This has to do with Amberlynn Reid. So her ex-girlfriend, Erica, she had a GPS on her, but not her own cat. Let that sink in. She cared enough to know where Erica was, but not her cat. No microchip, no nothing. Not at all. You're just going to travel to some strange place with your animal and make sure that they aren't protected in case something happens to them, Amber? Baba Yaga says, did nothing but cry. Go look for your cat, you lazy piece of crap. F you, Amber. I hope someone finds her and never tells Amber and gives her a better life. I do too. I hope that Rarity is found by somebody. They think she's cute. They take her in and they give her a good life. In my opinion, I don't think Chantal nor Amber should have pets. If they have both put themselves in a place and position where they can't care for themselves properly, they're codependent on other people. They have to have literal caretakers. Maybe they don't need pets. Maybe they don't need them. If you are not the kind of person that you're going to be mindful of your pets and where they are and what they're doing, you shouldn't have them. You really shouldn't. And Amber can't even use the excuse of, well, I just didn't have the money to get her microchipped or get her an air tag. She had that money. She just didn't want to spend it on Rarity. And she knew she'd be traveling with Rarity. Why wasn't this taken care of before the trip? Okay, moving on. Egg on Leg says Rarity was my literal life. And like, you guys know how much she loved me too. Past tense is not a good sign. I think Rarity may have passed. Oh no, I don't want to think about that. I hope I'm wrong. So am I. I hope I'm wrong too. Let's watch the clip.
Rarity was my literal life. And like, you guys know how much she loved me too. And it's just fucking...
So she was your literal life, huh? So why are you on camera making a video? If she's still missing, you don't know where she is. Why aren't you spending every single second of every single day doing all you can to locate your cat? Why aren't you on the phone calling pounds and shelters, plastering the neighborhood with missing signs of your cat? Why aren't you having Tommy go out and look for her? Why aren't you emailing people and saying, if you find this cat, let me know. I am her owner. I'll come pick her up. But no, you sat down and made an entire video with no makeup on, your hair all messy. You're so sad about it. You're so sad about her missing. Oh, I'm so broken up. But yet you aren't out looking for her. And you don't have anybody else looking for her either. You made a video and then you went into, oh Lordy, it's Jordy's chat. You found time for that, but you haven't found time to look for your doggone cat. Cry me a river, Amber. Kelly says, poor baby Rarity. Why do these women do this crap to these poor animals? Hey, Amber, get off your butt and go look for her. So there's Rarity. She's a cutie. She is a cutie. All right, so let's look at some of the comments. Busy Little Bee says, it was Tommy who made the posters and reported Rarity missing, but Amber let her out. Uh-oh, interesting. So the cat got lost, and it was Tommy who made the posters, not Amber. But she's your cat, Amber. Why was somebody else making up the posters for you? If you love her so much, why weren't you making the posters yourself? And this is interesting, says she made Tommy make the posters. So you're making somebody else make the posters. Huh? Interesting. Interesting. Peony says, grab your girlfriend and get flashlights and start calling her name. She knows your voice and is probably scared. Right. Because if Rarity is out there, she's not going to come to somebody that's a stranger. If she hears your voice, she'll come on out. So why aren't you looking, Amber? Oh, no, I don't like this theory, but it's plausible. Brittany says, Tommy probably started talking about driving her back to Oklahoma, so she had to do something to let her stay in Wisconsin. I really hope that's not true. I hope that Amber did not deliberately let her out just so she could spend more time with Tommy. That is diabolical. But let's all pray and send some prayers that somebody found this cat. Somebody found Rarity and is taking good care of her, and that she's in somebody's home right now getting fed and well taken care of, because I'm sure Amber wasn't taking good care of her. Michelle says that's twice now a cat in her care goes missing. So this is cat number 2. Oh God, this whole situation is just awful. Okay, so moving on to Chantal for a second. A chick and a duck says she's mentioning Canada a lot. I bet she's going back for Christmas. I bet she does too. I mean, we're all very aware and we all know that, Chantal is in Kuwait and she's just wearing different clothing than if she were in Canada. She's pretending to be a Muslim revert, but she's not a Muslim revert because she never took the faith into her heart. So the clothing is different, but the person underneath the clothing is exactly the same. She's taking on a personality that is not her. And I'm sure that after a few months of doing that, it gets rather suffocating. It's too restrictive. So every few months, she has to go back to Canada or she has to go to Thailand or somewhere to just let it all hang out. Do the things that she misses doing. I think she is going home to Canada for Christmas to get the free presents, to do her edibles, to go wild on the food that she misses there. Yeah, I think that's going to happen. And you know what, Chantal? I hope that if you do go home to Canada, that if you try to get back in Kuwait, you are denied entry. I really hope so. Because why be in Kuwait? What is so important there? You have to be there. You're not happy there. Salah's not happy with you. What is the point at this point? I know you were trying to sell us a fake marriage, but not even your own beezers believe it to be true. They're looking at you and asking themselves, why is he hanging around her? Why is she hanging around him? Just let this whole thing go. It's dumb. Emperor says, with heartfelt respect to Amberlynn Reid, here is Girl World's response to your recent life events.
No one cares!
I love that. No one cares. Lilu Witchy Poo says, I mean, are we shocked that she is in his chat? This is the same woman who went to Chili's when Twinkie was in terrible pain instead of calling the emergency vet right next to the Chili's. Fupa Limby says, oh man, Amber just showed up in Jordy's chat. Yeah, Miss, I am so concerned about my cat. Oh, I miss her so much. Like, she ran off. Where was Amber? On YouTube, in somebody's chat, where she did not belong. Should have been out looking for your cat, Amber. Let's watch the clip, though.
When I lived in Kentucky, actually.
Amber is here. You're sick. Well, Amber, how about instead of hanging out in my chat, you go get a flashlight and look for your cat?
Amen. Amen. She wasn't too sick to sit down and do this video. I'm sick. If you're so sick, why are you on YouTube making a video? Why aren't you out looking for your cat? You got enough energy for that. You got enough energy to sit in somebody's chat room, try to get some sympathy, which none of us are going to give you. Butter Crumpet says, what Jordy said. Exactly. Amber, you dragged those animals across country to a stranger's home, and you left the door open because you couldn't be screwed to move, and Rarity has disappeared. That's on you, your fault, and shame. On you. I hope Rarity is okay and unharmed. Yeah, I hope so too. I really do. Yup Yup says, another desperate pivot from Foodie Beauty. She hates that people are caring and watching less, so her mentals are becoming harder to control. If her numbers continue dropping, this imbalance will only worsen. Good times may be ahead, mates. You know, Chantal, if people are watching less and caring less, it's because you're boring. You are so boring. There's no talking points with your videos, with your lives anymore. It's the same crap over and over and over again. I don't think you get it. That your fascination, your addiction to food, it is not our fascination. It is not our addiction. What you're so enthralled with, we are not enthralled with. You may find it interesting. We don't find it interesting. You decided to come on a public platform and make money off the public. At the same time, you are just oblivious to what the public finds interesting. And you don't care if they find it interesting. All you care about is the fact that you're a food addict and you are dog determined to make money off of your addiction. You want to monetize it. And that's all you want to do is just be wrapped up in your addiction versus be in recovery. Maybe the reason why you don't want to be in recovery is because if you healed your food problem, what would be your content on YouTube? What would be left to talk about? You spent years creating the nearly perfect addiction machine. And I say nearly perfect because you forgot one important element, the fact that it involves your body, and your body cannot, will not put up with that continued abuse. It is breaking down. It is sick. It is unhealthy. You have a myriad of health problems all going on at once. And any one of them could take you out. All it takes is one domino falling over, and the rest will fall over right with it. You thought you were so smart. You still think you're smart, being on YouTube and being a food addict and making your videos and attracting more of the feedies. And then they talk to you off camera and give you money. You are creating your own sickness. And you're keeping it going for the sake of a paycheck. Well, that paycheck and that plaque is not going to be worth much if you end up in a casket. You're down to almost zero health. Zero. You don't care. You know what people like to watch. You know what people are interested in. And you put everything on autopilot like what, 3 years ago? And you just relied on the fact that you've got the name Foodie Beauty, and there were tons of reaction channels reacting to you just to keep everything going. Put everything on cruise control. Well, guess what? There's only so much the reactors can do, okay? There's only so much we can do to keep you interesting. When you're boring, you're boring. And trust me, you are. When there's zero talking points, what can we talk about? What, another next mouthful of food that goes into your mouth? You know your content is trash. It is absolute trash. I don't know if you've figured it out yet or if you've taken notice of it yet, but since you're on Twitter, maybe you notice that people aren't posting so many things or clips from your videos or your lives these days. Maybe you're noticing there are a lot of reactors who stop reacting to you or they don't react as much. Me being one of them. I skip over a lot of your stuff. Why do you think that is? Because there's nothing to talk about. And maybe that makes you happy. The reactors aren't talking about you as much, but look at the way it's affected your views. So is that entirely a good thing? I'm not saying you have to go back to Canada and do all kinds of party favors and go absolutely hog wild. But you got to figure it out. If you want to keep your income on YouTube going, you got to figure it out. You can't just put things on cruise control and let it stay there and think just because your name is Foodie Beauty that you're going to make money forever. Trust me, it ain't happening. It ain't happening, Foodie. It ain't. It's not. It is not. Get off your butt and do something. Okay? Just get off your butt and do something, anything. Go home to Canada. Start over if you care. Yup says Foodie Beauty rejects the things she can't have. She can't afford Canada, so she embraces Kuwait. She can't have Natter, so she bashes him. She can't be friends with French Fry Girl, so she hates her. Chances are that if Foodie hates someone or something, it's because she can't have it. You know, this reminds me of an old childhood story. The Fox and the Grapes. Anybody ever heard it? A fox was walking down a path and he saw a bunch of grapes high above its head. And that fox just wanted those grapes. And the fox tried everything it could to get those grapes, but couldn't get to them. And at the end, the fox just gave up and said, well, I bet they're sour anyway. That is Chantal. If she can't have something, she'll put it down. That is how she operates. Florida Salt and says, dang. Kristen says, Chantal, quote, eating well makes me feel more spiritual. Shani, quote, is that why you're such a bee lately? All that low vibrational food you eat? I'm not on board with Shani. They're both train wrecks. They're both toxic. I will go on record as saying that I think this whole Shani Chantal thing, I think behind the scenes, it is staged. It is so staged. Maybe she and Shani talked offline and Chantal's like, I need some kind of drama. I need new drama. Drama that nobody is used to. Something that nobody is desensitized to. So tell you what, Shani, let's get it started. We'll pretend to hate each other and go after each other. You'll get some extra views. You'll get some extra attention. I'll make some extra money. Maybe I can share some with you. I don't think it's all real. Just for the simple fact, she and Shani were cool with each other for years. And recently, Chantal was a mod on the Shani and Ref channel. So sus to me, very sus. Kelly says, dang, she drank all that soda in 3 days. Okay, let's blow this up because I want to see that bag of soda. Let's look at it.
I have a soda because I'm out of diet, so. All right, and last and least, we have a huge bag.
That was the soda. She went through all of that in 3 days. 3 days.
Bag of soda.
Yep, all of that is soda. Girl, how much caffeine does one person need in a day? And thank you for posting that, Kelly. Thank you so much. Tad Von B says, calling people ugly, coming for your kids, being racist, disrespecting the dead, calling people illiterate and using the R word, making fun of a fibromyalgia, telling women to cover up using sex crimes as a weapon, hurting animals, being disrespectful to the LGBTQ community. This is why I don't like her. Okay, let's look at these. A narcissistic psychopath, also known as a malignant narcissist or narcopath, has traits of both narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, and antisocial personality disorder, ASPD. Grandiose sense of self. They have an exaggerated sense of their own importance and believe they are special or superior to others. Lack of empathy. They have little to no regard for the feelings or needs of others. Exploitative. They take advantage of others for personal gain. Impulsive. They may act impulsively and chaotically. Aggressive. They may be prone to violence and crime. Disregard for rules. They may have a total disregard for rules, laws, and social norms. Sadistic. Some experts believe they may derive pleasure from the suffering of others. Unpredictable. They may deceive, exploit, or harm others even when there is no gain for them. Other traits of people with narcissistic and psychopathic traits include manipulative behaviors, conflict-ridden communication styles, verbal abuse, intimate partner violence, love bombing, stonewalling, jealousy, induction, gaslighting. I'm not a doctor and I'm not diagnosing Chantal with anything, but doggone it, she checks off all those boxes. She didn't leave a single one of them out. And for those who are wondering, is the thing between Shani and Chantal fake? Here's another piece of why I think it's fake. Courtesy of Fondue Pondu. Fondue Pondu says, Foodie Beauty, for those who wish to report Foodie Beauty for intentionally doxing Shani's number out of revenge, the screenshot is below. Yeah, so Chantal did that. She posted Shani's number and the DMs from Cameo, which is against their terms of service. Shani could have gone to Cameo and complained about that for the violation. Has Shani done that? No. Could she? Yes. But is she going to? No. They're in cahoots together. Chantal, in the past, she's had people around her that they could have dropped the bomb on her. There's been different people that have come forward and said that they were going to do something to Chantal. Not a single one of them stepped up. Nader didn't do anything to Chantal. Allah didn't do anything to Chantal when he promised that if she came back to Kuwait, he was getting the lawyers. And here's Shani, having her DMs exposed by Chantal, her phone number. Is Shani reporting anything? No. I wonder why that is. I wonder why. Bor PM says, I can't believe that book Cameo lets their creators share the personal information of people who have purchased the Cameo. Yikes. And another thing. So looking at this, it would seem that Chantal, she can go back and forth with people. And there's an interesting part to this. I'd like to pull it up, if I may. Okay, so let's go to this part. Saying, anyways, Shani and Red paid $10 for an initial message. And then I turned off paid messages as I do with everyone who pays for a message on Cameo. That is key. It got me to thinking, oh, really? Do you do that, Chantal? So if somebody sends you a message, they pay the $10. After that, you can turn off the thing that they have to pay for additional messages. That'd be the perfect forum for you to communicate with your feedies, would it not? They can just message you for free in private. And it's not on social media where it could be exposed. It's on a site. So yeah, I think you're using Cameo to talk to your feedies. Here's the entire system right here. Somebody pays $10 for a Cameo, a message. And then if it might be a feedie, you're going to turn off the paid option so they can talk to you back and forth for free and you won't get exposed. Thanks for letting us know. Thanks for letting us know. I really do appreciate you revealing that. I was wondering if you could talk to people on Cameo or you had to pull them on Instagram, but you're doing it on Cameo and then pulling them around the block to do the request. Thanks for letting us know. Mrs. Flupa Booty says, geez, you think this Shani person would go complain to Cameo about Chin's doxing her with the info obtained through their platform? You think she'd tell us that she's done that? Because, you know, she's legit so mad at Chin's, right? Yeah, you would think so. But Shani's not doing that. I'm not a fan of Shani, but she's so hopping mad at Chantal. Why hasn't she done that? I mean, if she's angry about the cat and Chantal not taking care of the cat, she could have her whole Cameo removed. Have her banned off the platform, I would think, but she's not doing it. Okay. What else we got here? Oh, this is an interesting tidbit from your mom's emotional support something. Chantal, you took this pot from the campsite community kitchen, you thieving blank. It was on the shelf when you did the walkthrough. Have you no shame? You and Slaw are low-life scum. Chantal's got a history of taking things from campsites. The last time she went to a campsite, she took everything she could that wasn't nailed down. She took the napkins. She took the water. She took the candy. She showed up at the campsite with other people with nothing to offer. She just took soda for herself. She ate the food. She didn't help the ladies clean up. And before they left, they took anything and everything that wasn't nailed down and took it home. So does it surprise me that Chantal took a pot that was in the kitchen of the campsite they just visited? Nah, I'm not surprised. Do I think it's low class? Yeah, I do. But low class is what Chantal does best. Okay, moving on. I think, okay, we're done all catching up with all of that. Let's move into the video courtesy of Amberlynn Reid. Her little fake sadness. Because, if she were really sad, she would be looking for her cat right about now. She'd be looking for days and days and days and not stop. But before we get into her video, let's see what her subscribers have to say. What are their thoughts? Totus Tuss says, the one time I make a mistake, you literally already did this to a different cat, and I got 1.4K likes. See, that Amber and Chantal, they hate the fact that there are longtime viewers and subscribers that remember all the details, all the history. They come at their audience like the audience doesn't remember things. The audience does remember things. There are some people that have been watching Chantal and Amber for years because they've been on YouTube for years. And they can recall when you lost another cat. Moby says, quote, there's no one to blame but myself. But it's my audience's fault that I've been having such a hard time lately, which made me leave the door open. You can't blame this on your audience. You can't blame it on Girl World. You're the one that left the door open, you idiot. And if you know that your cat likes to wander, isn't that a bad idea? Yeah, I think so. Jamie says, yeah, but you can use that Life 360 app to track your woman, but never thought once to microchip and AirTag your pets. Rolls eyes. Yep. Tech Zoe Kodal says, if I had a nickel for every time Amber accidentally let a cat out, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Ooh, I like that. Well said. Alex says, no collar, microchip, or AirTag for a cat that is thousands of miles away from home and loves to adventure is insane. It's insane and neglectful. Shortcake says, over the past decade, you have never failed to disappoint me. Well, at least she's consistent in something, right? 991 says, don't be sad. We'll find her. And if we don't, I'm hoping she's like in a better place. Well, look it. We got our new couch. What do you think of it? What? Did she really switch topics like that? Wow. Naima Dubois says, no collar and no chip for a cat that you travel with is reckless. You're wildly negligent. Look, if she's not into taking care of herself, does anybody believe she's going to give care to pets? She doesn't care at all. She's just like Chantal. They don't take care of themselves. They don't take care of pets. The negligence goes all the way around. Lark says, Tommy loved her too. Why the past tense? Helios Zero says, you moved your elderly pets all the way to, is it Wisconsin? So you could just move in with a woman you met online. You dragged those poor animals to an unfamiliar place with unfamiliar people and animals and have the balls to claim the internet when you're too irresponsible to make sure the door is properly closed when you let the dogs out. I genuinely hope that cat is okay. I hope a loving family picks her up and gives her the love and care she deserves, as do I. I hope that's a silver lining in the situation, that the cat just found another family, that the cat distribution system is working for Rarity, and a family that deserves her and will take care of her can take her in and give her the life that she deserves, because Amber's not going to give her that life. Stephanie says, you left the door open. That is negligence on your part. 2, you've done nothing but cry for the past 2 days, which means you've done nothing but sit on your butt and not look for her. 3, you literally admitted that you're only posting this because you care about how people perceive you. Narcissist. 4, she's been missing for 2 nights. If one of my babies was missing, I would not eat, sleep, or sit down until we found them. I wouldn't post nonsense and chat on live streams. You don't deserve those animals. I hope she's safe and far away from you. No lies were spoken there. No lies were spoken. So she's done nothing but cry for 48 hours. You can cry and look for your pet. You can be worried and look for your pet. Be active in looking for her versus sitting at home and making videos and being in other people's live streams, Amber. Mia says, bro, you generally should not be allowed to own animals. You aren't mobile enough to take care of them, and they deserve better. Right. If mobility is an issue, if it affects how you take care of a pet, the quality of care they're getting, if you are lacking the things that you need to take care of a pet, maybe don't own them. Maybe let somebody else take care of them until you get to a place where you can take care of yourself and whatever animals you bring into your care. Damian White says, your cat is missing and you're in Jordy's chat. What the F is wrong with you? Everything. Jizzy says, the fact that you're still hyping up Tommy about how great she is when your cat is missing shows utter delusion. H. Wheel says, I've done nothing but cry. You've done nothing. Bro says, you literally dragged them hours in the car because, quote, no one can care for them like you, and let this happen. Oh, sorry, screwed ahead. Japa Exigan says, so basically what you're saying is that you couldn't be bothered to wait for the dogs to finish using the restroom and you left the door open. Your own selfishness and laziness caused this, and here you are blaming your mental health on not shutting a door. Embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Again, if she's in a place mentally, emotionally, physically where she can't take care of herself, doesn't want to take care of herself, the kindest thing she can do is give up all pets to other people and get herself together. And if she's not willing to get herself together, at least let the pets have a better life. Candles Yo says, you're housebound and your cat went missing. What can you do successfully, Amber? This is a new low even for you. You know, I hope that a lot of people that are on your channel, Amber, they leave. I hope they just like, we're done. We're through here. Like, this narcissist is not out looking for her cat. She's too busy being in other people's chats and crying online, looking for sympathy. I am so done. I hope a lot of them leave. I really do. They're like, this is too much. Jesus Mio says she spent thousands on ordering fast food, but she can't invest a couple $100 to chip her beloved pets. Totally sus, if you ask me. Well, priorities. Amber's got her priorities. Her priorities are her partners and food, but not her pets. Obviously not her pets, because if the pets were the priority, they would have been microchipped. Joanna says, why did you take these animals? You knew this person for less than a month and just packed up and left. So selfish. This poor cat is in a completely different environment, has no idea where she is. Shame on you. Well, I say double shame on her. Judy Bloom says, imagine not having a job. Imagine having all the time in the world to be out searching, and instead you sit inside and cry. Yeah, imagine. That's her life. Crooked Halo says, so glad you thumbnailed a cry face. So theatrical. How about being outside actively looking? Crying inside isn't going to find her. Yeah, it's all about the drama. It's all about the views. Claire Where's Ma says, no, she didn't go outside because she was adventurous. She felt uncomfortable in an unfamiliar place that you dragged her to. I will actually agree with that. If you take a pet to an unfamiliar place, they're going to be out of sorts until they get used to it. So if Amber dragged her to an unfamiliar place, I'm sure the cat felt very scared because she wasn't familiar with her surroundings. Everything smelled strange to her. So maybe out of fear, she just left. So those are some of the comments from people. As you can see, a lot of people, they're not buying it. I don't blame them for not buying it. This is pathetic. This is horrible. But let's see what Amber has to say. Oh, and I love, Amber, how you're coming on camera without the makeup on, your hair all messed up. You're trying to look pathetic like you haven't slept. Love that. You and Chantal have the same dirty, manipulative tricks up your sleeve. Like I'm going to sit down and make a video, and I'm going to look extra pathetic, and maybe that will get me some views and get the sympathy. Guess what? Nobody is sympathetic to what's going on here. None. But go ahead and talk and say what you got to say.
So I really did not want to make this video, and
But you didn't have to. You didn't have to make this video, did you? I mean, life is all about choices. You could have chosen not to make this video. You could have chosen, instead of making this video, get your butt out and look for your cat. Spend your time calling all the pounds, all of the shelters, knocking on doors, blanketing the neighborhood, asking people, have you seen this cat? Passing out your number, passing out your email, telling people, if you see this cat, please contact me. Please contact me. Doing all that you could to bring her home and make people around you aware of the fact that this cat is lost and you're looking for it. What are you doing? You're inside making a doggone video.
I'm only making it because people have found out.
So you're making the video for your own narcissistic pride. You literally just said, you said, I'm only making this video because of how people perceive me. So it's about you. It's not about the cat. It's not about the fact the cat is missing. It's all about you. You're horrible. Let's start over.
And I'm only making it because people have found out, and it's already on a reaction channel.
So the word got out that your cat is missing. So you rushed to your PC or you rushed to your phone to do damage control. Oops, people found out that my cat's missing. I got to do damage control. You're worried about your channel. You're worried about your views. You're worried about your money. How will the cat running off affect you and your income? That's what this is all about. You're scared that because you were negligent and you didn't want your cat and you left that door open, that you would start losing money. You would start losing subscribers. I hope you do. I really hope you do, Amber. Because what in the world are you doing on YouTube anyway? I mean, let's be real. Even without the cat missing, what were you doing on YouTube? The same thing that Chantal does. Nothing. You're both idiots. You both counted on the YouTube train running forever, being profitable forever, and it's not. You thought no matter what I put out, people are going to watch it. People are going to stay interested. And the world has changed. The world has changed a lot. A lot. And you and Chantal are both ungrateful morons. You don't look at your position on YouTube as being blessed. You don't count your blessings, nor are you grateful for them. While the two of you are on YouTube stuffing your faces full of food, doing nothing, the rest of the world is struggling hard. A lot of people struggling hard to pay their rent, pay their bills, buy their groceries. And you two morons get on YouTube eating nothing but fast food. And you wonder why people don't like you. It's not out of jealousy. No, don't get that twisted. It's not out of jealousy. It's people looking at you two and thinking, what is wrong with these women? They are in a position where they're on YouTube and they don't have to work hard. They don't have to go to work and stay there for 8 hours and come home and they've got kids and a partner to take care of. Like they have no time to themselves. You and Chantal, you both have all the time in the world and nothing to do with it except eat. You both act like irresponsible, spoiled, rotten, ungrateful 15-year-olds. And neither one of you has grown up. You expect other people to take care of you. You expect YouTube to take care of you. You expect Google AdSense to take care of you. And because of that, you don't take care of yourselves. And you want to act or run to the internet and expect sympathy for acting stupid. Ain't nobody giving you sympathy today. I'm not giving it to you. My sympathy is not with you. My sympathy is with your pets. Because unfortunately, when it came to the cat and dog distribution system, the system failed them. They lost the lottery. They got put with you. Just as the cat distribution system did not work for Julia, Chantal's cat. I really think the system needs to take those pets back and give them to somebody else. But you had your cat Rarity. Didn't take care of her. No microchip, no AirTag, no nothing. And please don't tell me that it's hard to keep a cat inside the house. It's not that hard. You just got to be a careful pet owner. Let me show you something, Amber. Let me show you something. Where's Booger? There she is. Where's Booger Cat? There she is. There's my baby. See her? She's sleeping on the bed. That's my baby. Ain't nothing happening to mine. That's my baby. She ain't getting out. And she would never dream of wanting to go out. And if she tried to get out, it ain't going to work. Mom ain't going to let her. She stays inside the house. And you're younger than I am. You mean to tell me that I'm an older female and I can keep my cat in the house, and you being a younger female, you can't accomplish that? Stop. Just stop. Please stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
My cat Rarity is missing, and I have done.
You know what? You know what's missing in this equation? Y'all take a look at her. Let's blow this up. Tell me what's missing in this picture. Where are her tears? I don't see tears running down her face. And considering how she's talking, it doesn't feel like she's been crying all day. Her face isn't puffy. Her eyes aren't red. Her nose isn't running or stuffed up. Where are your tears? Miss, I love and miss my cat so much, and I don't know where she is. Where are those things? You're a bad actress. You're so bad.
Nothing but cry and have myself.
You should, because it's your fault. It is so your fault. You're the owner. It's your fault that your cat got out. And you're an idiot for bringing the cat to an unfamiliar place to begin with. Knowing that she's in an unfamiliar place, knowing that she's going to be scared. She doesn't know her surroundings. And you chose to leave the door open, stupid. What is wrong with you?
Because there's a yard, and that's where I let the dogs out to go to the bathroom, and it's through like a glass.
I've got a lot on my mind. Are you serious? Are you for real? I've got a lot on my mind. You couldn't put this lot on your mind aside for just 5 minutes to let the dogs out and let them back in and close the door? You can't just take a break from whatever's on your mind and just let the dogs out and make sure the door is closed so Rarity could not get out? Are you really blaming your negligence on your mentals? Stop.
Going on, and I'm not gonna lie, like I've just been going through a lot, and I wasn't.
Amber, a lot of people go through a lot. A lot of people have things on their mind, probably much more than you. Yet they still manage to take care of their pets. They don't neglect their pets. They make sure their pets stay close to home or at home where they don't go missing.
Thinking, and I left the glass door open, just like, I don't know, like this much.
That's still that amount of space? Are you kidding me? That's like the size of a football field to a cat. Cats can get in and out of small spaces with no problem. Anybody that has one knows that. They'll fit in the smallest hole if they have to. They are escape artists. And you left a space about that big? That was more than enough room for her to escape.
And I'm telling you, when I noticed, it was like 20 minutes later.
Really? 20 minutes. So you let the dogs out to use the bathroom. It doesn't take a dog 20 minutes to go use the bathroom. If they got to go, they got to go. It takes 5 minutes. And you should have been standing at the door watching them. What did you do? Like open the door and then walk away from it? Of course you did. Of course you did. And the cat just took the opportunity and ran off. So for nearly half an hour, you left that door open and you knew there was a cat in the house. You knew. Yet you didn't shut the door? No? Idiot.
But it literally just takes a second. And Rarity is like one of
Yeah, so like where were you? The door was open. Where were you? And what room were you in? You weren't even sitting in the same room looking directly at the door. Where were you? In the house. That 20 minutes went by and you don't know when she got out, how she got out. None of that.
the most adventurous cats, the most loving. Just like when I lived in Kentucky, actually, orange onto the porch because we had like a gate, and she would just roll around in the dirt. Like she just loved it for some reason, and like she just wanted to venture out.
She's sitting there trying to fake cry so bad. Where are the tears? Where they at? Look, I'll even blow it up. Look, where are the tears? Where they at? I don't see any tears falling down her face. I see nothing. You and Chantal, y'all need to take some acting classes because you're both bad actresses. You're both such narcissists, you can't even fake sadness right. You can't even put on a convincing performance because you lack the tears, girl. You lack the tears.
No, she just wanted to see.
She is. Then why aren't you looking for her? Why'd you sit down and make a video and post the video? Why were you in Oh Lordy, It's Jordy's chat? Shouldn't you be looking for her if you're so heartbroken, if you're so sad? Why aren't you looking for your baby? How can you be a pet parent and not be concerned for your baby? Out there looking for her right now. What are you doing? Are you making phone calls? Are you calling people? Are you calling pounds and shelters in the area saying, hey, I've lost my cat. If you find it, this is what it looks like. Here, let me email you the picture. Let me leave you my name, my number. What exactly have you done? You're not coming to the table saying, this is all that I've done the past 2 or 3 days. I've done this. I've done everything I could think of. If you guys could think of something else, let me know. No, there's no game plan here. You're not trying everything you could try. You're not doing everything you can do. You suck. Now we managed to squeeze out some fake tears. Okay.
Tommy has helped so much.
Oh. So she cried, and then there's a jump cut. Why are you jump cutting like that?
Like, I just feel so just like defeated, and Tommy has made like online posters. And
why is Tommy making the posters? Why aren't you making the posters? Aren't you the pet mom? Aren't you the cat mom? Why is your beau making posters? It's not their pet, it's yours. Why aren't you doing it? Why not you?
Put it on different websites and like went outside, and we've been like yelling name.
Oh,
and, like,
such
it's
torture. I'm tortured. I'm an idiot. And I left my glass door open for 20 minutes and I walked out of the room. And it's torture. You did this to yourself, Amber, because you're a bad pet parent. This isn't the first time you lost a cat. This isn't the first time you've been negligent to a pet. Why do you get pets? Why? Oh, that's right. You and Chantal, you both share that trait of you use pets as props to look better on camera, to make it seem like you actually give a crap about something other than yourself. And at the same time, you prove that you don't by neglecting your pets. That's why.
Because you guys know Rarity is my fucking world.
If she was, then you'd be out there looking for her. Shut up.
Like, and I know a lot of you hate me and have whatever you want to say about me, but Rarity was my literal life.
If she were your life, then you would be out there looking for your life, right? Go look for your life. Go look for her. Beat the streets. Knock on doors. Put up posters. Prove that you care. Don't just talk about it, be about it.
And like, you guys know how much she loved me too. And
so it's all about how much she loves you versus how much you love her. If you love her, show us. Don't just say the words. Back it up with some action.
Just fucking, just been fucking hell. It's like, all I can think about is like, is she okay? Like, where is she? Like,
well, sitting at home is not going to answer the question, is it? If you get out there and you find her, then you know she's okay because you get her back.
Is she cold? If anything, then that's a good thing. Like, everything is good. And like, she loved it here. And like, her and Tommy were so sweet. Like, Rarity would like sleep on top of her, and like they would play like like it's like Rarity genuinely loved it here, and all the cats got along. And it's like, she went outside because she's adventurous.
Oh God. She went outside because she's adventurous. Well, cats do like to explore. But it doesn't matter if they're adventurous. She's in an unfamiliar place, around unfamiliar people, surrounded by unfamiliar smells and sights. She's going to be scared. She didn't feel comfortable, so she left. And if you've owned pets in your life, then you should be familiar with the fact that when you bring a pet into a new environment for a while, they're going to be like out of sorts. And make concessions for that and be extra vigilant about opening doors and such. But no, that's not you.
She just wanted to see, and now I'm afraid, like, what if something bad happened to her? I can't help but like think like the worst, but I just want her back, you know? And
You want her back, then go get her. Go find her.
I was trying to go through this privately. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was trying to go through this privately. So what she was hoping for is that she lost the cat and nobody would find out. But then it got leaked. So once it got leaked that Rarity was missing, that's when she decided to come online and do damage control doing this video. Because her attitude was, oh, the secret's out. I've got to address it. I'm going to come online and act sad. And, oh, I'm so sorry, guys. And I'm so heartbroken. That's what this is. If nobody had found out that Rarity was missing, she wouldn't have said a word. Not one word. She's only making this video because of her, not because of the cat. It's all about her.
I just felt really freaking like just defeated. It's just a lot.
And she's not really caring about the cat missing. What she's crying over, what she's the most upset over, is she's worried inside about how it'll affect her channel. And will her audience leave her channel? Will she not get as many views or make as much money? That's where their tears are really coming from, not because the animal's gone.
And I just missed her. I just felt like if a reaction channel made a video about Rarity missing and I come on here and don't say anything, like it'll just make me look fucking stupid, but I'm also embarrassed and I know it's
Again, this is all damage control. She's upset because word got out. She's upset about the word getting out and people finding out. If word had not gotten out, if things did not get leaked, she would have not have said a word, not one word. Not one, y'all. Narcissists, they react the most strongly when they're caught, when they're absolutely caught and they're in a corner they can't get out of. So to get out of the corner, let's bring on the tears. Let's try to frame things as I'm the victim here and I'm hurting and she feels sympathy for me. Chantal acted this way when it came to BBJ, and she's acting this way with Rarity. It's about getting caught. She got caught. She's going to blame it on everything but her.
But I would never do anything to put my animals.
Really? I would never do anything to put my animals in harm's way. But at the same time, I'm not going to do everything I can to protect them, to ensure their safety. I'm not going to put air tags on my pets. I'm not going to microchip them. If I have to go somewhere and spend time with somebody, I'm not going to think about the comfort and the safety of my pets first and what's best for them. I'm going to take my pets to a strange location and being around a strange person because it's all about me, what I want versus what's best for my pets. Again, Amber, you cannot even say, y'all, I would have microchipped my pets. I would have air tagged my pets, but I didn't have the money. You can't even say that. You make plenty of money. You just spend it foolishly. Foolishly. Spending money on Tommy, spending money on yourself, spending money on food, but not on your pets. Not on your pets. Could have put an air tag on your pets and you know exactly where they are.
I had them all for 8 years around the same time. I got all 3 of my fur babies within the same year. A huge piece of me is just missing. And
I know what you can do. Go out and look for
what
her.
else to do?
We're going to keep going back around to that. Go look for her. The time that you spent making this video and uploading it to YouTube and making an entire thumbnail for it, that could have been times better spent on the phone talking to people looking for her. You sat down and did all of this, but you didn't spend time looking for your cat.
I mean, like, without her and the situation, like, I would feel lost. I would feel even more lost than I already do. And
I'm sorry if something ever happened and Booger was missing, I wouldn't have my face in the camera. My thoughts would not be on making a video about it. I'd be out there looking for her. And I wouldn't stop until I found her. I mean, I don't have to worry about that because my baby's in the house. She ain't getting out of the house. She's a very well-trained baby. Like, mom is mom, and you better listen to mom. I'm not cruel or mean to my cat, but we have that bond. Like, she listens to what I have to say, and I keep an eye on her. But if Booger went missing, I'm looking for her, and I'm not going to stop until I find her.
we're both hurting. Fucking Tommy loved her too. Like, it's just sad.
In the comments that suggested that you deliberately let the cat out just so you could spend extra time with Tommy. I really hope that's not true. I hope that you're not so evil-hearted that you would do that just to get extra time with Tommy, to avoid going back home. I hope that you did not do that. I hope that's not true. Because if that is true, you suck.
I just want her back, you know? It's just one thing after another. Please, you guys, I know people hate when I say it because I'm agnostic, but like, pray, like, please, and like positive thoughts, and just like all of any positive.
People can pray for you. I will say a prayer for Rarity, but not one in your favor. I will pray that Rarity gets found by people that are not you. I will pray that Rarity finds a really good home with really good people that are not negligent. People that will take her to the vet and get her microchipped and air tagged and give her a good life. Because the pets that get around you, they don't have a good life. All of your pets have suffered, Amber. And there was anything in your heart that resembled kindness and thought and empathy, you would just admit to yourself that you are not in a place where you can take care of animals and give the animals that you have to other people and let them go to a better life, because you cannot provide that right now. You are not in a place emotionally or mentally or even physically where you can properly care for pets. You're too much in your own head with what you want and your impulses and your emotions. So be kind and let the pets go somewhere else.
And like, we already, like, Tommy already has like cameras like outside of the house, like security cameras, but we've now also put them in places where, like,
so there are security cameras that point outside the house. You guys can't review the footage so you at least see where Rarity might have gone, what direction she might have taken. Hello? Look at the cameras. Roll back the footage.
Rarity could be, like, I don't know. And I have the app on my phone, so I keep checking like over and over. Like,
and I hate to say this, y'all. I really, really hate to say this, and I'm so sorry if I upset anybody. I really hope that this didn't happen. It is a thing that if you have a pet and they get outside, there's a possibility of the pet being unalived by a wild animal. Possibly. When I lived in Oregon, at night, you could hear the foxes, you could hear the coyotes, you could hear them. when they were hunting. Now that I'm here in New Mexico, you can hear the coyotes. You can hear the foxes. When they find something, you can hear them like yipping and yapping. So that's something else that has to be considered. Like if Rarity comes across a wild animal, they might look at her as a meal. I really hope that's not the case. I hope that she's safe. I hope that somebody took her in, but that's all the more reason to get your pet microchipped, to get them air tagged, to keep them in the house, to be mindful of their surroundings and put them first. Nope, she didn't do none of that.
Just like walking by, is she out there? But it's so cold and it's raining.
Oh my God, it's cold and it's raining. So what? So what? It's cold. Put a coat on. So what? It's raining. Use an umbrella. Put a raincoat on. Do what you got to do. You're making excuses why you're not looking for her. Stop crying. I'm sad for Rarity. I am not sad for Amber. She caused this to happen.
I'm not perfect by no means, but I have done it.
You left the door open for 20 minutes. What are you talking about? You didn't microchip her. What are you saying?
Cared for, and it's like the one time
you lost another cat. What are you talking about?
Something that's going to live with me forever, literally forever.
Translation, this is going to live with me forever. The translation of that is people on YouTube are not going to let me live this down. They're going to remind me about this forever. That's what she really means. That's what she's the most concerned for. How it will affect her channel, her viewership, and her money. Always about the money.
Want her to come back.
And go look for her.
Hey guys,
from Amberlynn Reid. And I had to go off on her. I had to. And you know what, Amber? This is what I got to say to you. This and then this. That's how I feel about the whole situation. 2 thumbs down and a raspberry. You deserve that. So that's it for this react video, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.